Welcome to Mama Cat's Home. Today I'm going to be doing a cook with me, and it is part of a collab with Create with Linda. I'll have all of her information down below. She is wanting us to do a favorite diner food. Selena doesn't really like diner foods except maybe a grilled cheese or like chicken strips, but the other three of us love patty melts. So I thought patty melts and hash browns, that is what I get most of the time whenever we go to a diner called Waffle House. And I'm pretty sure most of you have heard that. If you have not, you've probably heard of Huddle House, and there's lots more like that. This is just what I like to get from that diner, and then I decided to try to recreate it at home, and I actually like mine better because I can use my own type of bread and I can choose what kind of meat and my seasonings, which all I put on it is salt and pepper, but I can choose how much salt and pepper. So I'm going to show you what ingredients you need for each of the things we're cooking, and then I'm going to get started. It's going to be a little bit different though. We're not using the oven stovetop at all. We are going to use the oven for keeping things warm as like a warming area, but we're not using it to cook. We're going to use my griddle that Jeff got me, and we're going to be using the food processor. He also got me that, him and the kids, for Christmas, but we're going to use that to shred our potatoes and some onion as well. So I'm going to get you down here and show you all of the parts that you need to make these patty melts. Okay, so this is the griddle, and once I get the onions chopped up, I will get it going, but right now I don't have it on, but I have it on about 350 to cook this. We have bacon, because we like bacon on them, and we have ground chuck, ground beef, whatever kind of ground meat you want. You can use whatever type. Onion, cheese, potatoes, thick sliced bread, and that is really all you need other than salt and pepper. That's all we have for this whole meal. We'll have 3 potatoes for our hash browns, and then we probably, I don't know, we may or may not use all of this onion, but we have onion for the hash browns and onion for the patty melts themselves. And you can add other things. If you want to add mustard and ketchup to your patty melt, you could do that. I don't. I just let anybody who wants anything else add it at the end. Once it's on their plate, they can do whatever they want with it. But this is what I use. Now, I've never used the brioche style bread before. I usually use like Texas toast, but they actually didn't even have Texas toast. So I'm going to use this time. I have a very good feeling that it's going to be better with this than it is with the Texas toast, because this bread tastes really good. So I'm going to be over here chopping up the onion and getting the patties made, getting the bacon chopped in half, because I chop it in half before I start cooking it. Jeff is going to be over there doing the hash browns, shredding those in the food processor. So I'm going to set up the camera so you can see me chopping and slicing and dicing and whatever, those types of things. And then I will get back to the griddle and what we do next. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is wash the potatoes. I'm not going to peel them, I'm just going to wash them. I also have all of my stuff that was on the counter that might get the grease on it from the burgers and stuff. I have it over here in the sink, and I also have a towel over all of my canisters. You may not have to do that, but I do. I have a certain brush over here that I use only for fruits and vegetables. I recommend you do that. They do have them that just say fruit and vegetable. I don't know if this one was one or not, but I'm going to get these washed up. Okay, so now I'm going to look over these potatoes, and if I see any bad spots, I'm going to cut these out before I give them to Jeff, because you don't want bad spots in your hash browns. Yeah. Well, let me finish this first real quick, saying what I'm gonna say. All right, now I'm gonna chop up the onions. I'm gonna give Jeff one of them to shred up with the potatoes, and then I'm gonna cut the bacon in half, like I said, and start getting the other part done. And you can listen to some music while I'm doing this. Okay, I've got this turned on. It should be at the right temperature. I've got my meat ready to cook, other than I got to put salt and pepper on this. And I'm going to go ahead, I think I'm going to put this down on 300 because it seems a little too hot. Get a spatula and get this salt and pepper on. Okay, so while I'm cooking this, I'm going to go ahead and put salt and pepper in here. And you guys know most likely how to cook bacon and burgers. That's all you're doing at this point. Bacon and burgers, you're just cooking that up until it's done. And I will come back whenever I do the next step. Okay, I've taken the bacon up, and I'm about to take the hamburger up. Will you give me the thing, Jeff? I've actually tested one of the hash browns just a little bit, not a whole hash brown, maybe a bite or two, to make sure I put enough salt and pepper in it. And now I'm going to start doing the onions. Okay, so now that I have all that up, I'm not going to worry about cleaning this off because we're going to put the onions onto the other two, and this will just give more flavor. So I'm going to put the onions on here to cook them up because we'll put these on the actual burgers or the patty melts whenever it comes time to assemble. One thing that I did forget to tell you that we were going to have to make these, because I didn't take it out before I got started, was butter. And the reason why I didn't take it out is because it's one of the last things you use, and I don't like taking things like that out if it's going to be a while before you use it. So I totally forgot to tell you about that. So we will be using some butter. Okay, so these have gotten to the point where I want them to be, and I'm just going to put them back in the same exact bowl that I took them out of, because all that was in here was the raw onions, and there's nothing at all wrong with the bowl. That's another thing about this whole entire thing. You're not using a lot of things to cook with or on, so you're not going to have as much to clean up after you're done with all of the cooking and eating and all that stuff. So cleanup will be a little simpler other than the grease popping, and that's why we have the towel. Then I'm sure you'll have to wash your clothes very thoroughly, because I forgot to put on an apron and I got it all over me, but this is just a sweater I wear around the house, so it's fine. Okay, so now that I have this emptied off, I'm going to leave it just like that because there's a lot of flavor in that, and then I'm going to get some butter. You can use whatever kind of butter you want. I'm just going to get this kind out because I will be using it to spread soon anyway, to spread on the other part. This butter has olive oil in it, so it'll help this hash brown not to stick as much. And the butter, of course, will give it good flavors. Did I even say that I was putting hash browns on here? I don't think I did. I'm putting hash browns on here. I'm talking to Jeff while I'm talking to y'all, too. Something we didn't do, but we probably should have, is squeeze out the hash brown pretty good after we have it shredded. You can use frozen hash browns. That's what they use in restaurants. But we had plenty of potatoes and plenty of onion. You can put whatever kind of, you know, things you want in your hash brown. You can put peppers, you can do onion, you can do cheese on top of it after it's done. You can just do whatever you want. It's completely up to you how you do your hash browns. This is just the base of what I do. Some people don't put onion in it, but we like onion in ours. Some people think that's gross. We don't. We like onion. While this is cooking, I'm going to bring y'all over here because I'm going to start building the patty melt themselves, and I can do that while this is finishing up with this part. So all I'm going to do is, after the one side gets done to the point that I want it to be, I'm going to flip it. I'm probably going to get another spatula out to help me, but that's just me. I wish I had one of those really big wide ones. It'd help me a lot, but I'm going to bring you over to the other side so we can get the patty melts put together. Okay, I've already built one, but I totally messed up on how I was talking about it, so I'm going to do it again. At least I have another one to try it with, and if I fail on this one, I've got another one. So, first, on your first piece of bread, because it's so wide, I'm going to use 1.5 pieces of cheese. That's a little bit. There. The cheese, bacon. I don't have enough bacon. I didn't cook enough.
I'll take this.
You can put more bacon if you want to. Meat, onion. I like to pile as much as I can on there because I love the onion. This is my favorite part, I think. It will come off a little bit, but that's okay. More bacon. And then cheese again. And then you put your other piece on top. And then as soon as I have the griddle ready, I'll show you the next step. Okay, so now that these are done, I'm gonna take them up. They got a little bit extra brown, but that's okay. Take them up, wipe this down, and then I'll show you what's next. Okay, so the next step is take your butter, and on one of the slices or one of the pieces of bread, you're going to butter it like you were going to do a grilled cheese or something like that. You're just going to put butter all over it. Well, if I can get the butter without the messes happening. Alright, once you have the butter on there, like this, which I just moved some of it, you get the butter on there like that. You're going to sit it down onto the griddle. And then you butter the other side. And you don't lose your onions like I'm doing. That's a sad part. You need all your onions, at least in my opinion. You don't have to put onions on this though. That part's completely up to you. So, you do all three of your patty melts, or however many patty melts you're cooking. Do all of them the same way. Okay, once they're all golden brown, you just take them up. Okay, so we'll do the taste test in a moment, but I'm going to show you what this looks like. Do you want me to cut yours?
That mine?
Nope. This is mine.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, well, I'll bring the knife over there. Alright, so you got choices. You can cut it this way or you can cut it this way. I like to cut it this way. I don't know why, I just do. So, you just, the last part, you're just toasting the bread and getting the cheese melted some. Okay, so that's what it looks like on the inside. You can do your meat thinner if you want to, but I just like it like that. And then I'm going to get a hash brown. And because they're so large, I'm just going to kind of fold mine onto the plate a little bit. It's fine like that. And then Jeff and Noah have theirs too. The hash browns are not as pretty as I like them to be, but they're going to taste good. They usually look a little different than that. But that is patty melt and hash brown. Get you some pickles, put it on your plate, and it'll be like Waffle House, except better because this is better. The hash browns, I don't know. They make some pretty good hash browns at Waffle House. So we're going to take it to the plate, take it to the table, and then we're going to see about doing a taste test. Why you look like you're crazy? Okay, so I don't know why we're doing a taste test because we know how this tastes. This is not something new for us. Move this back a little bit. But we're going to do it because I said it. So he's going to taste it. This is new bread to us, though. Mm-hmm. So tell me what you think about this bread with it. The brioche.
Good.
It's good? Okay. I'm going to turn the camera. It's real good. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around. Jeff's going to get us some pickle, and then we'll talk to y'all. Okay, first I want to thank Linda for inviting me to this collab. It was really fun making this in some ways, even though I got a little frustrated because I thought my griddle was messing up. But actually it wasn't. It had just heated all the way up. But I'm still getting used to it, even though we've had it for a few months. I've only used it like 2 or 3 times. But I'd like to thank her for inviting me. I love doing collabs with other YouTube creators, and I love cooking, so this was a perfect thing. It's really simple. It's pretty much making a burger and turning it into a grilled cheeseburger. So that's pretty much what you're doing. It's really simple. Whenever I first thought about trying it, I was like, how do you make a patty melt? So I just went and we had some, and I figured it out. But anyway, I'm going to go so my food won't get cold. Thank you guys for watching. And if you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.